All right, what's happening? What's happening? It's Woods here again, Day. Yeah. So, I decided that to make a video on basic tools that you use in TradingView on a regular when you're marking up your charts. For those of you that are trying to trade and wondering, what do I use all these tools for? How can I use these tools to mark up my charts and do so, this and that. So let me find a chart that I need to analyze. GBP NZD is one that I believe that I am analyzing. Hold on one second here. Let me check my notes. Yeah. Well, GBP CAD. Let's see, CAD is here's down. Okay, this is let me see, GBP is down. These up. Yeah, so this is going to be a sell. This is going to continue to drop here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all my drawing tools and re-input drawing tools on here. So as you see, I have a naked chart here, and the first thing that I really want to do is draw my trend, draw my support and resistance lines. So I'm going to go up to the daily chart, and I'm going to mark off areas where it wicked quite a bit to draw my support and resistance. So I'm gonna go over here, and you have your trend line. The ones that I use a lot are trend line, horizontal ray. Sometimes I use a vertical line, and sometimes I use the arrow. The rest of them I really don't utilize. You really wouldn't use them unless you're going into advanced things, really. But the ones that you'll use on a regular definitely are the trend line, horizontal ray, and your arrow, possibly your vertical line if you're wanting to section off a certain section, if you're looking at certain days and everything. But we're going to start with our horizontal line. So I'm going to take the horizontal line, and I'm going to look at different areas that wicked, like here, for example. This here is an area that wicked. So let me change this color. Let's go with a off-white. It's kind of a shadowy look. I don't want it to be just stand out too much on the chart, but I want it to be visible. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Go to style. What I did to bring that up was I hovered over the line and I double clicked, and so I'm going to type daily here, like that. And your style, you have your coordinates, your visibility, any alerts that you wanted to put for that area. I'm not trying to put in an alert, so I'm going to cancel that out. But yeah, I went to style and put daily there. Make sure my text was white, my size of the text, clicked OK, and so you have a daily there. So I'm going to copy that. I'll click on that. I'm going to press Control, copy, and then I'm going to press Control V, and another one's going to pop up there. Now I'm going to use that one to mark off another area that I consider a daily support and resistance area, like that. You see, came in touch here, came in this was resistance here, then it became support, came back, and it became resistance again and went back down. Over here, as you can see, there's support here as well, resistance here as well. So that's what I consider a strong trend line. So I'm going to copy this once again, Control C and Control V, and put another one there. So I'm going to mark this area as a daily support and resistance, because you got a wick here, got some here, had some here where it struggled to break through, I'm gonna copy and paste that, get another one, and make a line here, and one more time, copy, paste, and mark this area here. So these are daily support and resistance areas that I've marked out. Let me put one more here. But this pair is I'm anticipating to go down this week, so I'm going in this direction down. So I have my dailies marked. So what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to drop down to the 4-hour chart, and I'm going to identify some areas that wicked, of areas of support and resistance that wicked. I'm going to move over into the chart in this area here that's more data down. So let's see here. We grab the trend line. This time I'm going to change the color. See this area here where you have a bit of support, so I'm going to do a line here, and I'm going to go change the color. Let's go with a light blue here. So no, that's not bright enough. Let's go with that's just a little better. Alright, so here I'm going to mark this as a 4-hour, like that. Right? So from there, let me see. Let me move over and find another area that kind of wicked a bit much. So I'm going to click that, Control V, and I'm going to move that up to this area. You see, you got resistance here, you have support here, you have support here as well. So let's move over a little bit more. Let's see here. So, click on that, Control V. I would consider that a 4-hour support and resistance. You have support here, a little bit of resistance there. Alright, so let's get this, Control V, and this here is a 4-hour zone. And that's all I'm really going to mark off there. So let's go ahead and drop down to the 1 hour. It's the last one that I will mark up support and resistance areas at. So hold on 1 second, let me pause for a second. Okay, so now we're going to go to we're on the 1 hour chart, so we're going to grab another trend line, and I'm going to change the color on this one because this is for the 1 hour. So we'll go with like a light. Let's see here. Let's go with like a yellow. There we go. Alright, and go to a 1 hour. Type 1 hour there, like that. So let's find another support and resistance area. Let's go ahead and copy, paste. Grab another one, we'll put that there. You see you got some support here, you have resistance here. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab this one. Copy, paste. We're gonna put that about right there. You have some resistance here. Alright. Well, I'd actually move it up to about right here because you have resistance here and support here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so looking at that, they have it marked up pretty well here. 1 second. Okay, so we got our support and resistance lines marked out. Now, if you were looking to use some of the other tools, like say for instance you were looking to use Fibonacci, you know what I'm saying, so you were looking to use the fib tool, the fib retracement, so that you can understand which what area that you know, if it's going to continue going in the direction that you're predicting. So as you can see here, we have an uptrend, right? So this is an uptrend on the 4-hour, and you have this dropping and finding support in this area. You're wanting to understand if it's a continuation. So you would go over here in this section here. You have your pointing tool. This here is like your trend line areas. This here is where you get like pitchfork, swift pitchfork, the gang box, the Gann square, Gann fan, fib retracements. But the only thing that I really use on this category is the fib retracement. So I will grab the fib retracement, and you go to from your where you started from the most recent low to the most recent high. And also, say for instance your trend was here, you open up a chart and it was here, so you're trying to draw it. So you grab this bottom area, drag it up to here, and as you can see, it bounced off the 78.6, 70.5 area and continued to make its way up. So that was a good way to understand that. So if you draw it the other direction, you can use what you call Fibonacci expansions. Although Fibonacci expansions is something I'm still trying to understand as well, you know, because if you draw from the bottom to if you draw from the top to the bottom, so you draw from the top to the bottom like this, so and it bounces off a 38.2 area, you can expect for it to retrace to a 261 area, which would be up here. But as you can see, it didn't make it up that far. So Fibonacci expansions is something I'm still studying, so trying to understand a little bit better. But those are some tools that we use on a regular, the Fibonacci expansion and your trend lines there. So one of the other tools that we will use is the square over here. I use the square, the rectangle. So you use your brush if you're drawing on something, or your ellipse if you want to mark a circle in a certain area. But I use the rectangle, especially a lot when you're drawing off your support and resistance areas where breakers are. So say if you were drawing a breaker and you were looking for when this pattern was going to break, and you wanted to get in find an entry point. So what you would do to find that entry point is like go ahead and take a trend line here, and where I see it is you're going to look for a bearish setup for a breaker. So basically you're looking for it to make an M. Where I see it is here. You draw a trend line here from your low to the lower high, and then grab another trend line and draw from the lower high to the higher low, and from there you draw from the higher low to the lower high, and from there you're looking for a break in the structure. So this here from the higher high down to a lower low is a break in the structure. So from there, that's where you will find your breaker, where you can actually enter the trade, and the breaker is going to be the higher low area, which would be right in here. So you actually look for the last bearish candle before the break of that higher low, and the last bearish candle would be this candle right here, because that's the last bearish candle, the last red candle I have here. All my bearish candles are red. So the last candle I have here, you grab a square there, a rectangle, and draw a rectangle here and pull it out across. Now to make it stretch all the way across the page without having to drag it all the way across, I go ahead and get right on the edge of that line, double click, and go to coordinates, and right here on price 2, you're going to change that to 1000. That's going to make it stretch all the way across the right side of the page. Now as you can see here, it came here and broke through, and it came back, it came up, and it almost touched that area and went ahead and dropped. you know. So but that is how you use that rectangle, so you can find a entry point to get in on that downtrend. One of the other tools that we use is the measurement tool. Your measurement tool will be over here to the right side, and you'll see like a little ruler right there. It's the measure. So you click on that, and say for instance you entered the trade right there. So you wanted to measure how many pips that was. So you click right there, you drag, and right here you have what your amount is right here. So your 1,000 pips. That's a lot of pips. So that dropped over sometime. So let's see here. We have a straight drop here, and that must be an NFP or something right there. Because that is a straight drop. You want to measure that, you grab that ruler, click, drag, highlight it, and that's how you measure that. You know, so that's how you use your measurement tool, so that you can measure how much something is moving that way. But those are basic tools that we use here and there. Okay, so another tool that we will use is our long and short positions. So long and short positions will be right here. You know, you have your drawing tools right here, your trend lines and everything, your Fibonacci retracements here, your rectangles and shapes that you can draw here, text is here. And I don't use this much, but this here is how you draw your Elliott waves and everything. That's a bit advanced, and I don't much use them yet until I reach that point. But for my long and short positions, you have this here. You can use your long position here, your short position here. Your date and data range is basically the same thing as your measuring tool, but it stays. So when you click and draw it there and you click somewhere else on the screen, it's going to stay there, versus when you use your measurement tool, it's so you can look at the measurement and then it disappears the moment you click on something else. So if you're looking to use that long position, short position, right, and you were looking to enter a trade here, you put your long position here, and that is how you measure how many pips you have for your stop loss. So if you were looking to only make your stop loss at say for instance you were looking to only a 5 pip stop loss, so you put 0050 like that. Oh wait, no, it would be 500. I'm sorry, 500, and that will be a 50 pip stop loss, like that. And so basically, you have to add a extra 0 onto your. So if you're looking to do a 50 pip stop loss, you would put 500. If you were looking to do a 20 pip stop loss, you would put 200. You know, so like say 20 pip stop loss, 200, and you do like so. You know, so that's how you can do a measurement there for a long and short position. So for a short position, if you were getting in a sale, say for instance you were in this area over here, waiting for it to switch and go to a downtrend. Hold on one second. Let me find that area. Like here is where you have a switch up and it goes for a downtrend. Okay, so if you were looking to measure that area, you would do a short position, right? And that is showing it reverse. So you would set your stop loss and set your take profit and measure it that way. So that is those are some basic tools that we use on a regular so that you can navigate around TradingView. I highly suggest just going through and kind of clicking around and get yourself familiar. You have a couple of tools over here, like if you wanted to put a star on the chart, you could put a star there. So if you were trying to make a note for something to look out for, if you needed a check mark or something, you have that to put there. But these are different tools that you can use. But you definitely want to go in and just navigate yourself around, feel yourself around, and get familiar with utilizing TradingView and being able to mark up your charts however you need to, and using the tools that you need to use. But I am here to help with the team building and everything. But so let me know if you have any questions, if you need anything, and we can figure it out. All right. But it's the Currency Blueprint. Financial freedom is what it's all about. That's what we're striving for. All right. That's what's up.